So this is just fun. I'm streaming with a good sizable amount of people. So I know that the kit is probably going to release 9 hours from now of when I record this video, or it's going to release the day after. So the kit is going to release very, very soon. So I will do the actual kit review. So this is the first time I'm doing this. Should have done this before. Or I'm going to make a baseless guess on what her kit is. And we can see how me and my chat, how close we are to the real kit. So, first off, this is base Lotan's kit. So, we know it's going to be the base stat is going to be a modified version of Lotan's kit. What do I mean by that? So, every limited unit, like Tawil, for example, is a 1-to-1 copy for the base stats of their counterpart. Now, big spoiler, except for G Murphy. G Murphy's the one you did. So we already know her stat baseline. So I'm going to do spoilers for you. Tawil is technically GG Ramona. GG Ramona. So she has the same stat line if you were to put the thing as Ramona. That goes the same for Gellet and Hellet. So they're almost always the same baseline. So they're scaling, you see this? Defense, blah, blah. It's always the same, but if the level's the same, you get to see it. Yep. So it's always the same baseline as the base. The only unit where this is not the case is Murphy and G Murphy. This is the only time where it's not an exact 1-1 because she has less con. G Murphy's the only unit ever released that's a G unit because Doll is also the same. Doll is also the same baseline, scaling. So based on that, we know that her starting baseline is similar to this. So if I were to guess, it's probably going to be like... and they're always the same realm. Yep. Sorry. So, her con, if I were to guess the values... right now, gun to my head, level 60 values. I'm going to say, I'm going to guess math. I'm going to zoom in on the math. Let me go back to the spreadsheet. How close am I here? So it's going to be based on my Lotan. 144. So this is my level 70 Lotan. So level 60... yeah, a level 60 G-Lotan. I'm gonna guess 140 con? 150 attack? Oh, no. 150 attack or 145? No. 145. No. 150. 150. I feel confident in that number. 130 defense. No, it should be less. Maybe I double guess. 135 con. 150 attack. You guys confident in this guess? And okay. It's gonna be a crit damage. This is not a guess. It's gonna be a crit damage. It's gonna be crit damage. Awakener. Because this is 100%. Every G unit ever released is the same main stat. So Tawil, key flare, alien miss. And Lotan is crit damage. So this is the exact same. So this is gonna be her thing. Sorry. Because it's always the same there. Always the same. Because let's show this. Just prove a point. So alien miss. Alienus Keyflare. Let's see. Alienus Keyflare. Yep. It's the same every time for G units. Gellet, it's crit rate, crit damage, I think. No, crit rate, damage amp. Crit rate, damage amp. And where's Hellet? Crit rate, damage amp. And the last G unit is sorry. Murphy. Murphy, obviously it's Keyflare, Alienus. Wait, is Murphy different? Is G Murphy actually Keyflare, Alienus? No. Oh! So they kept the Keyflare the same. So G Murphy's the only one where the secondary stat is different. Interesting. So we know for sure that the main stat stays the same. They haven't broken that rule. But they did break this rule with G Murphy. So Lotan. So they did break that rule recently. So Lotan is crit rate, crit damage. I feel like they won't break this. I feel like they won't break this with Lotan because they're both damage units. Yeah, I feel like it's gotta be crit rate, crit damage. The wheels haven't broken yet. So the wheels are typically also the same type as in damage. So for Twill, all the Twills are Keyflare. All the Murphys are Keyflare, Keyflare, and Keyflare. And all of everything's the same. So it's always similar, but not quite for a G unit. So this is Murphy and G Murphy, for example. This is hand size. So it is still Keyflare gain. Yeah, it's still Keyflare. Still gives a lot of Keyflare in the description. And Lotan. Let's look at Lotan's wheel. So, Celestial Beast. So this G-Lotan is going to be an Exalt Strike unit, just like Lotan. But based on the last few units, I'm going to throw out a guess here. I'm going to throw out an insane guess. Right now. An insane guess. Let's start on her cards. Her strike. Her strike will draw a card. Or generate a card. Will draw or generate a card. They've been doing this a lot lately. With Manchette, with Pontos, all the newer strike units, their strikes are drawing or generating a card. You guys feel confident about my guess here? You guys feel confident about this out of nowhere guess? Because this is like the same. The strike will draw or generate a card. Yes. What else can we guess here? Okay, I'm gonna draw an easy guess. Defense, useless. The defense, useless. Just like Lotan's defense, useless. Let's see here. Exalt. Let's guess on her Exalt. So Exalts are always different. They're like never the same. They're like somewhat similar, but yeah, they didn't maintain one similarity. So G-Doll and Doll, they both give Alienus. Just G-Doll does more. Twill and G-Ramona and Ramona, they both draw or generate a card. Murphy and G-Murphy, they both do something about sacrifice and makes your tentacles attack. Gellet and Hellet, they both do damage. So, let's look at Lotan's Exalt. It does the fixed damage, it generates cards, it dispels weakness, it does AoE damage. What will they keep the same for the Exalt? Any guesses here? Any good guesses here, chat? Let me guess here. Let me guess here. So, the spell weakness. Do they keep that? I feel like they won't keep that. I feel like that's boring. Will it do AoE damage? Will she be an AoE or single target? Because Lotan is a lot of AoE. Wait, Pontos is a heavy single target damage with exception of X card. This is going to be a crit damage unit. What do we need to fill in the game? She does have the fixed damage. Will they keep the fixed damage? I got it. I got it. If I was a developer. Crit damage. Percent damage that scales with crit damage. Just like Vortex. Just like Vortex and Realm Mastery. Just like Vortex, just like Pontos. So she's gonna do percent damage based on how much crit damage she has. Feel like that's a good guess. That's a good guess here. That's a good guess. Rouse. Lotan hits count +1 time. Multi-hit. Well, then make her a multi-hit just like Lotan on her rouse. If I'm balancing a percent damage unit that scales off of crit damage, and I make her unique from Lotan, it's not going to be +1 hit count. That would be boring. Because Monchette is multi-hit already. Lotan's multi-hit already. I got it. I have a good guess here. They haven't made this unit yet. Either I design a more fun unit, either they're going to design a better unit than what I have, or not. So, if I was a developer, it's going to be a pursuit. Just like Monchette. A strike pursuit. Strike pursuit rouse. Blade of Defiance is the name of her card of base Lotan. So this is Blade of Agony. If I was an edgelord, Blade of Agony. Okay? Every X strike card, every X amount of strike card played deal percent damage based on crit damage. It's going to be a percent damage pursuit. Every X strike card played is a strike unit. Has to be. Or a strength gain. Or a strength scale. We haven't had a strength scaler in a long time. Or strength scaling. It could be like every one of her cards played, it's like Clem. Every time you strike the boss, you gain strength. Wait. Another idea. It could be skill 1. Or maybe part of her rouse. Every instance of damage dealt, gain X strength. Strength gained is based on crit damage. Those are all of my ideas for the rouse. Those are all my ideas. Every instance of damage dealt, gain X strength. Strength gain is based on crit damage. Yeah. Skill 1. Now, skills, completely different. Completely different across the board. Let me think over every unit and see if there are any similarities. Oh, I just realized of all the current G units, you have to take the hint that there are 2 relics that exhausting a card gains extra temporary strength. You say that, but I don't trust that they built D-Tide around them. Percent of strength temp is gained as permanent. Ooh, good idea, Kasuno. I'm gonna credit you. If you are right, you're gonna be a god. Okay? If you are right, you're gonna be a god among men. So you are Kasuno. Kasuno V. So your idea is percent of strength gained is permanent. Yeah. That's your idea. Okay. Any of you guys have any ideas? Feel free to throw them out. We're gonna guess who's right. So okay, let's go over the other G units to help build our case. Because there is a pattern to determine what the skill cards will do. Because all the G units to units are the same as skill cards. You know why? Because Pinion, Omni. Pinion is generate insight, draw, wings. So let's look at G Ramona and Ramona. Because Because he also has a 2 cost that gains strength and draw a card or gain insight. So this is similar, and Ramona is similar. So their game design is they give very, very similar but completely different cards. So they have to retain some element of the original card. And Ramona obviously is a strength down draw. Giefler. And G-Dog, for example, 3 costs, 2 costs. Heal, Alienus, Weakness, Vuln. And Base Doll, worse in every way, is 3 costs, 2 costs. Only Weakness, Heal. 3 costs, Heal. So there's going to be one card that has the exact same cost of the previous card. Because if we go to Gel It, you see that pattern repeats itself. Because right now here, you see a 1 cost, 4 cost. With a strike. And this is the 1 cost. The Bloodthirsty Flail is a 4 cost. And you go to the... I think that's all the G units off the top of my head. G Murphy, it's the same. 3 costs, 0 costs. 0 cost gains a riff, sacrifice. This is different though from damage dealing 3 costs. And G Murphy's obviously her 0 cost is more draw, more Arithmetica, and the 3 cost is the same. So let's build what we have based on that. So let's assume that it's a 3 cost and a 2 cost somehow. So let's say skill 1. This is going to be this is the 3 cost card. The 3 cost card. That's similar to Blade of Defiance, which is to repeat 3 times. Each strike card plays its turn, reduced cost by 1, counts as strike. Okay. I think both skill cards are going to be cards that count as strike. Okay. I think that's a given. Counts as strike. Counts as strike here. Okay. What else? If I were to make this better and more interesting, right now is a random enemy hits 3 times. What do they keep? What do they change? Hmm. I have no idea. I'm out of ideas. Okay. I had no idea what they would do, but I'm gonna go into flares mode. If I was a game developer, what would I do to spice things up? This is 100% not what they're going to do. This is 100% not what they're going to do. I'll be very surprised if they do this. So the 3 cost is hits as many times as you either hit the boss this turn, OP. If it's OP, broken, insanely fun, it'll be this. Or hits as many times as you played strike cards this turn. More likely. Because that hasn't been done yet. Because the top option would make her broken on a Twill team, would make her broken on a Manchette team, would make her broken on a Tentacle team. This would be game breaking. But this is what I would do. Just for fun. But make the damage lower. So you have like a trillion hits. Make her a Tentacle. But if it was game balance, this is probably what it would be. Hits as many times as you play strike cards this turn. Most likely. That's what I think her 3 cost card. It might get cheaper. It might not actually be a 3 cost. Yeah. That's what I would do. Hits as many times as you play strike cards this turn. So, skill 2. Her card is gain strength AoE. So it's either going to keep the AoE damage or it's going to keep the gain strength portion. So I think... I got an idea. It's gain strength base on X. And they've been doing this lately with buff units, but it's a damage unit. And either draw or generate strike cards at 0 mana. Like Pontos' 2 costs. Or the fun option. Deal AoE damage. And like Goliath, for every enemy hit, gain strength and draw that many strike cards. Or that. Because we need another draw unit. We've been missing out on draw units. And there hasn't been a unit like Goliath since Pikmin. So hit AoE and gain strength based on how many units you hit. Yeah. Maybe that. Okay. Think that's her kit. Okay, Enlightens. So this is gonna be completely different Enlightens. So E1 crit damage scaling mechanic. They love doing this. They fucking love doing this. E2. One of her skill cards gets their main mechanic added to it. As easy as fuck. E3 somehow mandatory for her to be played. This has been their modus operandi for a while. Somehow mandatory for her to be played provides makes her usable. Uh, and I have no idea what her OE and stuff were. I'm not gonna bother guessing. That's the final player's the video.